Hi friends, we are so excited to reintroduce to you a friend that we have had on our show before and on a similar subject but slightly different. Emilie is a wife and a mom of 3 and has done foster care, mothering in the past to several children. Today, her and her husband are the founders of an organization that we believe you are going to want to hear more about. Refuge Host Homes. Emilie, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got started and a little bit about your ministry?
Yeah, so my family and I, we were a foster family through Children's Services for about 6 years when my daughters were young, and we adopted my son through foster care. We really specialized in babies coming into our home and really caring for babies straight from the NICU. And our hope was to be able to have a conversation and relationship with mom through the caring of her for her baby. We wanted to build into a relationship with her through the unification process. So that was our heart. The pattern quickly began, though, that by the time babies came to us, the chance for communication with mom really was severed. And so we didn't get to have that relationship with her. And so over the 6 years that we fostered, we really felt the Lord clearly calling us to turn our attention from just babies to actually keeping mom and baby together. And we started to ask, what does that look like? What's necessary in order for moms and babies to remain together? And the reality is that babies need to be safe, but moms need to be able to mother. And so that led, through a series of events, led to us forming in 2022 Refuge Host Homes. And so we are a ministry based on supportive housing for pregnant women who are finding themselves without supportive relationships, without safe housing. They actually are connected to a host family during their pregnancy. They get to live with that host family throughout their pregnancy and the transition into motherhood and bring their baby into the world in quite a different place than they originally found themselves in during pregnancy. And it allows that relationship between mom and baby to really grow and develop and not have to go through that separation.
So neat. So, Emilie, how do you find host homes? How do you find out about women who need them, at-risk pregnant women? And then how do you link the two together?
So our host homes, actually, we are looking for families or single women or maybe empty nester couples who have an extra bedroom. So they have space in their home. They love Jesus wholeheartly, and they felt a call in their life to open up their home and their family to sharing life with a woman in need. And so we speak with different churches and different organizations so that people know about the host model and the hosting opportunity, but we really wait for those hosts to contact us and to say, I know I'm supposed to open up my home. How do I do this? And so we are kind of the connecting piece. We are equipping the host, we're providing training, we provide networking with other host families, we're providing stipend, all the things that might be roadblocks and some barriers into opening up your home. We try to erase those, and then we connect them with women who need housing. And so that happens through the various organizations and agencies in our community who are that first touch point to a pregnant woman. So maybe it's a pregnancy center, maybe it's a medical provider, a church. They have come across a woman who says, I need housing help.
Okay.
And they refer to us, and we match her with a host family, and then support the two of them as they go through figuring out what it looks like to live together and to go through pregnancy together and eventually welcoming baby into the world.
That's wonderful. So what would you say your vision and mission is for Refuge Host Homes?
Yeah, so our mission really is that we are going to provide vulnerable pregnant women with safe haven. And we do that through supportive relationships, housing, and the love and power of Jesus Christ. And we do that because we envision a world where every vulnerable woman and child actually has supportive, safe, affordable housing environment, a home environment that really reduces the need for foster care, it lowers the infant mortality rate, and results in a community of thriving families. So that is our vision, and we see God doing really cool things through the simple act of matching a home that has heart and space to welcome into a woman who is searching for that, and we just match them together and we watch what God does. And he's been amazing us in those stories that he's writing.
I know that as we've talked with you about Refuge Host Homes and learned a little bit more, Sue and I have gotten so excited about it, and we would love to jump in different capacities. Some of us just aren't able, like you said, are we called to open up our home? There may be times when we can't. So are there other ways that people can support Refuge Host Homes?
Absolutely. So it takes a very big team in order to support a woman in all the ways that she needs. So if she's finding herself in a pregnancy where she doesn't have a safe house, she doesn't have supportive relationships, the host home can provide that housing, that bed, that food, that safe shelter at night.
Yeah.
But really that woman is needing so many things. And so one of the ways we love to involve other people is through a moving help or car team. So these two practical needs, like you could help lift boxes, and help a mom move into a home. Like that's a very practical need. Car team, we have women who are in need of different supports when it comes to transportation. Some women have cars when they come to us that do not work very well. They're not dependable. They're breaking down all the time. We have other women who don't have cars at all, but would really love to be able to be self-sufficient in the transportation area. So those are just a couple of different ways that we involve other people. We also, a big one, is that we look for restorative landlords. So these are landlords who maybe own properties who are willing to take that next step and enter into a relationship with a woman who rents from them. So once she's lived in one of our host homes, once she's worked through the program process and is ready to graduate from host home, she's then able to start renting in our independent supportive housing program. So she rents from a landlord who is specifically partnered with us. And she does it in a supportive atmosphere, working through independence, but we're also really supporting her in a lot of the rent and learning what it means to be a good tenant, what it means to be independent, to be treated well as a tenant. And so we're looking for landlords that are interested in that. We're also looking for practical birthing needs. So we've had a couple of doulas that have come alongside us and really are interested in using their services to walk with a woman during labor and postpartum. So that's another need.
Wow.
But opportunity. Yeah.
So you have a benefit banquet coming out called From House to Home. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. So currently, the way our model works is that it's a host home model. So every mom that's receiving supportive housing is housed in a host home. The problem with that is that the match process to actually get a woman into a host home takes a little while. It takes 2 to 3 weeks.
Okay.
And because we want to make sure that as we're taking two strangers and putting them in a home together, we want to make sure we give ample time for them to get to know each other a little bit. So the benefit banquet comes in because we are actually seeing there's a huge new need for emergency housing.
Okay.
So kind of to fill that gap, what does she do when she can't get into a host home quite yet? Homeless shelters are overflowing.
Right.
She's maybe been sleeping in her car. She needs a place to sleep tonight. What does that look like in our community? Right now, the options are very slim for everyone. So we have entered into a partner relationship with a local parish in Cuyahoga Falls who has a building that they are ready to use to repurpose for housing women and children. And so we are working together with them to provide this opportunity that we would be able to actually facilitate emergency housing. So tonight we can give you a bed. You can stay here until we can figure out and help you figure out what do you want next. Is it a host home? Do you need help getting to family in Georgia? You just need a bus pass. Like what kind of support do you need? So this emergency housing, we hope to open it in the next 1.5 to 2 years. And so this benefit banquet actually serves as the foundational fundraising effort for opening up that building. So we are excited to offer this new community resource, but it does take a larger team than what we currently have. So we will we're expanding services, but we're also expanding into space and community relationships. So Benefit Banquet's a really exciting time to just share this vision on a public scale and to say, hey, do you want to be a part of this? It's going to take a lot more of us working together to create this space, and we're excited in particular bringing people to the team.
Right. So it's on October 12th. There may be some people who are watching today and thinking, I want to be there, but I can't. Are there ways that they can support this effort specifically?
Yes. So we do have 2 additional tables that are open for sponsorship. So if someone does want to come, they can contact me. And sponsoring a table means it's $500 for the table, and you get 8 seats.
Okay.
So you can invite 7 other guests to join you in the evening to hear about the ministry, to hear about this opportunity. But if you can't come, there's still ways to donate directly through our website. So it's refugehosthomes.org, and you can actually click on the events page, and it'll take you to the banquet page specifically, because everything raised on that night is going directly to the foundation of Refuge House. So directly to the Emergency Shelter Foundation, because we're starting the funding process. And so the goal is to raise $75,000 that night to create a solid ability to enter into a renting contract with this church. So we're excited to see God lay that foundation. We know it's going to take a lot of people working together, but we're really excited to see what he does.
True.
So friends, God wants us to take our seat at his table and share his invitations. And one of the ways that we can pass the plate of invitation is to share and support this ministry, Refuge Host Homes.
So if people want to just learn all about Refuge Host Homes, that's my first question. How can they, we've mentioned refugehosthomes.org, right? What are the other ways that they can find out about Refuge Host Homes?
Yeah, I always tell people to truly start with that website, because it is a comprehensive overview of what our ministry is, what the model, it describes our mission, because it's really a unique niche that we are kind of moving into in this space. So in the last 2 years since we've been in operation, we've actually provided safe housing for 18 to actually 20 individuals, so women and children, in different host homes and supportive housing environments throughout the city of Akron and Summit County and Portage County. So there's lots to learn about this model. So I encourage people to always start there. I also love to just talk about what we're doing. Small groups, or to churches, or to even just one-on-one coffee. Because I think there's so much that God is doing in our community, and it's really exciting to see when believers get together and notice that they have the same heartbeat and same passion. And so to talk about and dream about what could we do together, a lot more effectively than what we're doing apart. So that's where I encourage people. Email me, Emilie Oxley at refugehosthomes.org, and I would love to share one-on-one agents.
Okay. And we also would love for you to learn more about what Emilie's doing. We're super excited about it too. We're going to be posting all sorts of information, links to the website and information about the banquet on our social media and on our website. So be looking at that, thesublimesforay.org. We also have sponsored a table. There's a Sublime Soiree table at the banquet, and we're so excited to have the people joining us that we've invited, and they've said yes, and we're really, really looking forward to them hearing more about Refuge Host Homes and about this amazing opportunity. As Emilie said, there are 2 more tables available. So if you have felt your own heart beating over this subject and over being able to provide hope and a home to at-risk pregnant women, then please consider that $500 sponsorship of a table. Invite your friends, and let's be part of a movement to provide all sorts of new opportunities, not just for life, but for living here in the Northeast Ohio area. And as always, friends, we do pray that your week is sublime and that you live each and every day free above the fray. Thank you so much.